Oh, well, I feel like I just got my cock teased for a little over 2 hours. um, yeah, that was a very strange experience. Now, I don't know anything about the book, Withering Heights, whatever the hell it's called, but I am familiar with the director who, can't remember her name, but they directed Saltburn and Promising Young Woman, which I haven't seen that one, but I really liked Saltburn. So that and some visual, pretty cool looking shots that I'd seen clips of from the trailer surfacing around online made me want to go see Wuthering Heights just to see what the hell this is all about. Did I mention I don't know anything about the novel? That this is based on a novel? Yeah, it's based on a novel. Don't know anything about the novel, never even heard of it, which apparently I'm the only one who hadn't heard of the novel. It stars Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie. I'm a big fan of both of them. And although knowing that the general consensus around this film is negative, I still wanted to check it out, so I did. And my thoughts are that it was visually very cool. It had a lot of very cool, inspired visual shots and cinematography. And it was a very hypersexual, but again, not like fully leaning in, though, to the sexuality or the sexualness or the eroticness of the film. I mean, there were parts that kind of did, but it didn't go as far as I thought they were going to go or that I hoped they would go. Hell, there's a whole chunk of this movie where Jacob Elordi's character, Heathrow, by the way, weird name, or no, Heathcliff, Heathcliff, but I'll call him Heathrow. I think he's from England anyway, so Heathrow. There's a whole section in the movie that he's not even in. He just disappears, and it focuses on Margot Robbie playing Catherine and her marriage with this rich guy. And it makes sense for the story for Jacob Elordi to disappear, for Heathrow to disappear, but I feel like I would have been more entertained if we had gone on his journey, whatever that is. They don't really spell it out. They keep it purposefully mysterious. But I kind of want to know what he was up to. Yeah, for like the 45 minutes he was gone. But anyway, the romance, though, between the two characters, Catherine and Heathrow, felt like two very immature teenagers being very petty, spiteful, jealous, not being open to expressing their full emotions with each other, how they're really feeling. Even though they grew up together in most of the movie, they are fully grown adults. I guess they're still pampered and immature at heart. It's kind of an odd situation because Catherine's dad takes in Jacob Elordi, Heathrow, when they're both kids. He's basically on the street being hit around by his dad. So Catherine's dad's like, that's no way to treat a boy. So then he takes him in. But he doesn't really take him in as like an equal sibling or child. He takes him in almost as a servant. I don't know. That part was kind of confusing because technically it's like her stepbrother, adopted stepbrother. But I don't know, they're both treated like shit by the dad, but she dresses all fancy. Well, not really fancy, but, you know, she dresses and cleans up more than he does. He's kind of always looking a little scroungy in the movie. But it's not clear. It's like he's kind of a servant. They refer to him as a servant, but he doesn't really do anything that a servant would do. They have an Asian lady for that. And their romance doesn't seem to fully develop into a sexual romance until they're adults. And even then, you know, they don't show us any of the sexual stuff happening between them until Catherine has already decided that she's going to marry this rich guy who's interested in her. Even though she knows she really loves Heathrow. That's basically the whole movie, is that it's like the unforbidden love because she's married, but she still has feelings for him, and he feels abandoned by her because he had feelings for her and he knew she had feelings for him. And it's just a lot of them like trying to spite each other and jealous of each other and getting angry and then having hot and angry sex a few times. But again, it doesn't really like go as far as I feel like it should have in that regard. And then it has kind of a depressing ending that just kind of happens. And I was surrounded, like I was probably the only male in the room. I was surrounded by just middle-aged women, a possible bachelorette party on the front row, all sniffling and crying when the credits were rolling, and I just snuck out the back before, I didn't want to be around that shit anymore. I didn't realize I was the only man in the room until the lights came up, because I got there like right after the previews, right when the movie was starting, so it was already dark. Overall, though, not a horrible movie. I don't know exactly what kind of hate it's been getting or for what it is being hated on, or like what aspects of the movie are being hated on the most. But visually, it looks amazing. The story, even though it does, like I said, feel like two teenagers, immature teenagers, having a shitty attempt at a relationship. I was engaged. It's definitely too long though, and I was checking my watch a little bit, but not an entirely horrible movie. But Saltburn was way better, way more original than this, and that's about it. That's my conclusion. Let me know in the comments if you've seen Withering Heights, whatever it is, and let me know what you thought of it down below. I'll see you guys soon.